today, tubes? How's she hanging in? Well, I'm going to be doing some work here on the diesel, one I call Spot, and for good reason too. See right there, yeah, a good bit of my damn fuel. But I think I got her licked. It's not up here. It's down yonder and that mess down there. Yeah. I put the factory Dewey back on there. But I put an electric pump on there to kind of self-prime. Yeah. Let me come down here. Oily mess. And maybe I can show you what the problem is. Problem is that right there is leaking. I think it's the cheapo or the cheap behind. It's the cheap hose clamp that's on there. It's all this fuel and crap all over the place. But yeah, I don't have to worry about this truck rusting anytime soon. Needs some work down here. But I'm getting covered in diesel, so I'm gonna get up here. Hey. Here we go. Anyways, let me zoom out here. Maybe in some better light. But anyhow, I'm not gonna record me fixing that, cause there'll be a lot of bad words and such. So I'll shut this off. And I'll go ahead and fix it and bring you back. Well, back, and turns out that it was a loose. So I climbed up in under there and tightened it. So it shall be good for now, until it decides to do something else. But until then, I think it ought to be good. So I think this will conclude this video, maybe. You know, let's take a looky under the hood here first. This is a 7.3 liter international diesel and a 1991 F250. I put this here. I think I said it in one of the videos already. Put this on here because this is going to rub up against the alternator. And yeah, it's a good truck. Other than my own negligence, it hasn't really left me stranded. Yeah. Let's see if we can pick up the Deweys on here. Yep. 7.3 liter engine family. This is an IDI engine. This is not the DT series, obviously, because there's no turbo and it's indirect inject. This is also the 185 at 3300 RPMs, and fuel rate advanced at 58.5. So It is a reliable engine for its defects, and yes, they apparently did not mark which one this was, whether it was a 3D AA2 or 3DAB3. Difference is it says NOx is 5 parts, I guess, and that's the 3DAA2, and that's part .38, or this could be the 3DAB3 5.5 at .48 part. So it's one of those two. See, right there. That's me. Remove that. Ooh, sorry, don't want to make you sick. But that's them right there. It is a decent motor. The air conditioning does work in this truck. 2 brand new batteries. I haven't serviced the brakes on this, but I have fixed this to a degree. I need to put some sealant around the little pump down there. It does well for coolant. Vacuum canister and vacuum brakes. That is the one thing I have never figured out, is that GM uses a hydro boost setup, which is where this is got a place behind the master cylinder where 2 lines go in and 2 lines, 1 line goes in on one side and it comes out the other, goes down to the gearbox down there. You're not really going to be able to see much, but in reposition. Then it goes down to there before it returns to this pump. Ford uses vacuum, and which is why you have this vacuum pump here. But the AC works well. And yes, probably need to clean the radiator and the condenser unit. Or I'm not sure if this is the condenser or the evaporator. But it probably needs to be cleaned. And I need to put a set of horns on here so I can beep at people when they are cutting me off. So this is not an electronic fuel injected truck. So yes. This truck is equipped with dual tanks. Maybe if you can see right there, that little module right there, if it goes out on these particular trucks, nothing will work. It will turn, but it will not start. The glow plug light will not come on. And yes, $38 later and it will be fixed. I don't know what this goes to. It does not go to this, which I need to find a replacement for so I can have that back. Don't know what this goes to, but Who knows? With that fixed, I'll have to start it and let it bleed itself out. The front of the truck is the original color. I added those because the originals were just all over the place. I put a better bed on it. This is off my 92. Of course, dual tanks. And I need to put a tire on the passenger side. Because right there is why. I'm surprised it just has not blown yet. The front panel here and along the bottom have been replaced. If you look right there, it is beige and a either black or dark green. So I am guessing this truck has been in an accident. And of course none of the body panels aligned. That is because the person who did the work did not properly align the body panels. So, but yes, this is another fix. This mirror still moves around a bit, so I will have to put a lock washer or something up there to keep it from turning. But it's overall a good truck. I put that on there to try to direct the soot and smoke from just blowing everywhere. It still does it, but it's more directed to the back of the truck. And of course I put a grease hitch on the back. It is welded to the bumper. And I need to fix the wiring on it. But it is one thing at a time. The turn signals on this truck does not work, and that will be another project when I have the time and the money. I am figuring it is the switch in here, because it overheated and I don't know why or where, but it does. It did, and the passenger side lights do not work other than just the clearance lamps. But other than that, this is a pretty decent truck for the year and age. It says it's got about 80,103 miles and 4.5 tenths. Of course, 15 miles since I last filled her up. And that gear selector indicator does not work. It is done by feel, and same thing with the fuel gauge. It does not work. The oil pressure, chart battery, and temperature gauges do work, and the tachometer does work. Of course, it has intermittent wipers. Turn it to the left, and it controls your intermittent wipers, and the other is low and high. Headlight switch That's where the fuel selector should be, but I have it down there to better access it. Of course, AM, FM, CD, AC, heat, all. And I added a power outlet there, so I don't have to stretch the charging cord to the back of the truck. Electric lock on this side does work. The window on this side does work. That side, the lock and the window do not work. The motor is completely corroded and the locking mechanism jammed. So, yes, that will be also another repair. This has a R40DE transmission in it. It's a 3-speed with overdrive, or a 4-speed, depending on how you want to look at it. The trailer brake does not work. And of course, the cable for the cruise control broke, so it does not work. So it is an XLT Lariat trim package. So it has all the fancy DUIs on it: cruise control, air conditioning, overdrive transmission, all the fancy DUIs in the console. So no, I can't see, but I'm figuring I got you in focus. Here we go. So that is the 91 F250, and that was my fix for the truck. So that will be all for now. See you in the next video.